In modern usage, a magistrate is a judge or lawyer who hears and presents cases in courts. In the United Kingdom, the term magistrate usually refers to a volunteer of the magistrates' courts, whereas in North America refer to an officer of the state. Formerly, in ancient Rome, a magistratus was one of the highest-ranking government officers and possessed both judicial and executive powers. Today, in common law systems, a magistrate has limited law enforcement and administration authority. In civil law systems, a magistrate may be a judge in a superior court, where the magistrate's court might have jurisdiction over civil and criminal cases. A related but not always equivalent term is chief magistrate, which historically can denote a political and administrative officer. Etymology: magistrate derives from the Middle English word magistrat, denoting a civil officer in charge of administrating laws, from the Old French magistrat, from the Latin magistratus, which derives from magister, from the root of magnus. Original meaning: in ancient Rome, the word magistratus was referred to one of the highest officers of state, and analogous offices in the local authorities, such as municipium, were subordinate only to the legislature of which they generally were members. Ex officio, often a combination of judicial and executive power, constituting one jurisdiction. In Rome itself, the highest magistrates were members of the so-called cursus honorum, career of honors. They held both judicial and executive power within their sphere of responsibility, and also had the power to issue ius honorarium, or magisterial law. The consul was the highest Roman magistrate. The praetor was the highest judge in matters of private law between individual citizens, while the curula aedila, who supervised public works in the city, exercised a limited civil jurisdiction in relation to the market. Roman magistrates were not lawyers but were advised by jurists who were experts in the law. The term was maintained in most feudal successor states to the Western Roman Empire, mainly Germanic kingdoms, especially in city-states, where the term magistrate was also used as an abstract generic term, denoting the highest office, regardless of the formal titles, even when that was actually a council. The term chief magistrate applied to the highest official in sovereign entities, the head of state or head of government. Continental Europe and its former colonies. Under the civil law systems of European countries such as Belgium, France, and Italy, magistrat or magistrata is a generic term which comprises both prosecutors and judges. It should be noted that the legal systems of these countries are not identical, and thus show some relevant differences in the judiciary organization. In Portugal, besides being used in the scope of the judiciary to designate prosecutors and judges, the term magistrado was also used to designate certain government officials, like the former civil governors of district. These were referred to as administrative magistrates, to distinguish them from the judiciary magistrates. The President of Portugal is considered the supreme magistrate of the nation. In Finland, Magistrate is a state-appointed local administrative office whose responsibilities include keeping population information and public registers, acting as a public notary and conducting civil marriages. Mexico. In Mexico, a magistrado is a superior judge hierarchically beneath the Supreme Court justices in the federal law system. The magistrado reviews the cases seen by a judge in a second term, if any of the parties disputes the verdict. For special cases, there are magistrados superiores who review the verdicts of special court and tribunal magistrates.